Guys, it is Mock Draft Monday. It's also Solar Eclipse Monday. Be safe out there. Don't do anything stupid. Not look at the sun. Okay, just be smart, okay? Guys, every single Monday, since I think it was like February, we have done at least one mock draft every single Monday for Mock Draft Monday. And today is no different. And obviously, yesterday, if you did not see the news, DeAndre Sweat, the guy that we do like, and we've talked about many times in the second round, got a DUI. So, yeah, he got arrested for a DUI. We'll see what ends up happening with him. I'm sure his draft stock will drop somewhat. He was projected to be a second-round pick. Could definitely now be a third or fourth, maybe a fifth round, depending on what else comes out about the information, right? Nonetheless, though, we had the 18th overall pick, and this is usually what we see when we have the 18th overall pick. Johnny Newton's on the board. We have Byron Murphy II. We have Troy. We have Amarius Mims, and we have Jackson Paris Johnson. And that's kind of where we're sitting right now at this moment in time. Now, if we were the Bengals and we're the most realistic position here, they're going to go best player available, right? And according to PFF, the best player available is Johnny Newton. Now, obviously, the Bengals have a different draft board than PFF does. To them, Johnny Newton might not be as high up on the board as, someone else like Byron Murphy II. Talked about many times. I really do like Byron Murphy. I personally think he is the best player in this draft, the defensive line position. But I think Johnny Newton is a very close second. So I will say, again, like I said, they're different, right? Different options here available. Now, we do have Troy from Washington Huskies. Again, another player I really do like a lot. I know right here it says he's not that good in run blocking. Really great pass blocker. Left tackle, left guard. He's a true athlete at the offensive line position with spectacular traits for center or guard. His movement skill would be a plus in a zone blocking scheme. So, again, like I said, he has most likely going to be moved to guard one day. Another really great option. So, Amarius Mims, another guy that a lot of people have commented down below, and I think a lot more people are starting to like him, especially after the combine. Had a fantastic freaking combine. Did get hurt, though. He got hurt in hamstring injury during the combine. But, instead right here, he's not a polished product. He's a level below former teammates, first-round pick, Broderick Jones, but he brings some sky-high potential. Thing about him, right, and again, like I said, I'm not too much of, too high on him, drafting him, but here is the selling point for Amarius Mims, okay? You got Trent Brown. You want a backup, right? This is not a starter, right? If we didn't sign Trent Brown, you're drafting a right tackle first round to become a starter. You're not going to Amarius Mims then, right? Because if you're going to draft a guy in the first round, why would you go with Amarius Mims if he's not a polished product ready to go? You want someone who's ready to go. Because you have Trent Brown, you want a guy who's going to be available to be a starter after 1 year, right? Because you have Trent Brown for a 1-year contract. Amarius Mims, after a year of sitting behind Trent Brown and developing, could be that guy. Now, again, keep in mind, this is all could. Injury concerns, right? So, if you're going to draft a right tackle, because you got Trent Brown, Amarius Mims is actually very, very, there's a good chance you could go with him. I'm going to go with Johnny Newton, but again, like I said, very possible you could go with Amarius Mims there. Especially because, again, even though he's unpolished, I know that's a problem. Not a problem when you think about the fact that you can literally go with, you can have him sit behind Trent Brown and develop, right? All right, second round. Ooh, we got some options available. Don't expect Ladd to be an ex-jump ball receiver. But outside of that, it's hard to imagine him not succeeding in the NFL. His game it's of Eddie Royale. Eddie Royale didn't really ever develop too well in the NFL. And maybe not as fast or long speed, but he's a devastating quickness. Is good in return game. Okay, so he's a returner. We don't really care about that. We got TJ Tampa. Okay. He's a unique fluidity, size, and corner makes him worthy of a top 75 pick. If he can clean up his footwork, he can be a starting outside corner with potential to be an impact player. Okay. 6'2" is not bad. You got Mike from Michigan here. Every NFL team would love to have a player like him. He brings a great skill set and mentality to a starting slot corner with safety and special team versatility to boot. He should be viewed as a top of the football players in the draft, regardless of position. That's interesting. Now, keep in mind, we're going to move Dax Hill to slot corner this year. Now, obviously, we have right now Mike Hilton there, but it's not bad to have another option as a rotation. We talked about Braden Fiskey before, and I know a lot of guys commented down below and said, you know, they just don't really like him. I think he has a lot of upside. I really do. I think he's a good option. I do like Ja'Tavion Sanders. I usually take him at the second round pick here, especially because he is dropping in a lot of drafts to me at this pick. Probably not going to be the guy I go with here, but again, like I said, is an option. I'm kind of liking Mike. Again, like I said, everything I'm reading about him here sounds like he could be versatile in every single possible scenario. He's lacking in long speed, can be too aggressive to make plays in run defense, and lose contained to the sideline. This is obviously just, you know, technique. This is, you can't teach this, but this is technique. Impassion, reaction, speed. Yeah, no, I think he has a lot of upside. I mean, not the greatest in run defense, but he can get better. We need that cornerback 4 who, again, I'd say cornerback 4, but he could easily work his way up to the slot cornerback position. Yeah. And mentally to be a starting slot corner with safety and special teams versatility to boot. Yeah, honestly, I'm going with him. That might be a controversial pick, but I think he has a high upside. Especially that player, I think he's the best player available. Our third round here. Ugh. I don't even want to go running back here. Blake Fisher, I'm not against the idea of going with here. Get another right tackle option here. We haven't gone tackle so far in this draft. So, at an ideal age, he has a starter potential. Yeah. I mean, honestly, again, like I said, because we have Trent Brown, we have a lot of options to kind of go around and kind of, you know, finesse around, which I really do like. And it's why another reason why I was so into the idea of getting, you know, Trent Brown was to have the backup option, right? And that's what's really, in my opinion, is the most important thing here is having Trent Brown so we can, you know, maybe wait a little bit to draft a tackle in this upcoming draft, right? I will say, though, you know, while I am very much in the idea of wanting to take a tackle early, you know, to get the best polished product, this is a very good tackle draft. I mean, this class it's a lot of good options. So while, yeah, you might, you know, want to take one early, you can also take one late and be absolutely okay. So that's another thing I will say I do really like about this draft, is the fact that there's a lot of good options later on, especially at the tackle position. So, alright. They said I should have took Troy over taking Johnny Newton. I mean, I went best player available there, according to PFF, so it's kind of interesting that they said that. I got an A-. I took a defensive lineman, Johnny Newton, cornerback, tackle, guard, tight end, defensive lineman, tight end, tackle, center, and tackle. I might want to go with another defensive lineman. We have to replace DJ Reader. And while, yes, we're going to get a second chance, like, once the whole wave 2 of free agency hits and that kind of stuff, which is going to be nice, we still need to place DJ Reader and have a good option. So, and I would like to have a young option. You know, obviously we could place him with a, you know, veteran guy, but at the end of the day, he can get hurt. You know, I want to get a guy that we can develop into being DJ Reader, or at least as much as possible DJ Reader for the future. But we did go with 2 tight ends this draft. A cornerback, yeah. I mean, again, like I said, I don't think this is the best draft, to be honest. Like, I try my best to be as critical as possible when it comes to some of these drafts I do. Obviously, I'm only going to draft based on how the draft falls to me, so it's not like I'm getting a lot better. Cause I used to be like kind of over picking depending on the player I want. Which at the end of the day, you know, when it comes to the NFL draft, they say that if you do not select the guy you want, then you're going to end up losing him. Don't wait and select someone else thinking you're going to get the guy you want, right? But tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.